Hello, my name is Michaela Masarykova, and I am a certified hypnotherapist, group hypnosis facilitator, and quantum healing hypnosis practitioner. If you are listening to this audio, it means you are interested in experiencing one of my hypnosis meditation recordings or preparing for a one on one session. And this is not only super exciting, but also a powerful step toward creating meaningful change in your life. Before we journey together, I would like to take a moment to explain what hypnosis is and what it isn't, so you can relax and get the most out of your experience. And that's exactly why I created this recording, to clear up some of the most common misconceptions and help you approach your session feeling at ease. And let's start with the big one. Thanks to movies, TV shows, and stage performances, hypnosis often gets a bad rap, making people think it's about losing control. I'm sure you've seen or heard about those stage hypnotists who make people quack like chickens and all that silly stuff. It's important to remember that that's just entertainment. There is a lot of trickery involved with setups behind the scenes and testing to find volunteers who want to play along because they want to have fun and be the center of attention. Hypnosis in therapeutic setting is nothing like that. It is simply a natural state of deep, focused relaxation, something we all experience at least twice a day, right before we fall asleep and just after we wake up. You know those moments when you're lying in bed after a long day, maybe reflecting on what happened or thinking about what you need to do tomorrow, and your thoughts just start to drift off, becoming a little hazy, almost like you're floating in between being awake and asleep. And that's a form of hypnosis. Or when you are so absorbed in a good book or a movie that the outside world fades away and you're completely in the zone. That's hypnosis too. Or maybe you've experienced driving somewhere and you suddenly realize, wow, I arrived, but I don't quite remember how I got here. That's hypnosis as well. And the key thing here is that in those moments, you're fully aware, safe, and in control. I mean, if you weren't, you wouldn't have made it to your destination, would you? So, in a therapeutic setting, we use this natural, relaxed state with a specific goal. And the idea is to help you relax your conscious, logical mind, the part of your mind that thinks, analyzes, and makes decisions, so that your subconscious mind, which is where your beliefs, your memories, and emotions are stored, becomes more open to positive changes and suggestions. Now, because your subconscious mind's primary role is to protect you, it will only accept suggestions that resonate with you. Meaning that while you're in hypnosis, you always have choice to accept or reject any suggestion based on what feels right for you. And another important point is that you'll never do anything or disclose anything you don't want to. Because again, you are in full control. Another thing to note is that hypnosis is a choice. And for most people, it can happen in less than 30 seconds. It's really that simple. Just like when you're falling asleep, you let yourself relax and drift off, right? In hypnosis, you'll do the same thing. Relax and let yourself ease into this state effortlessly. No trying hard, no pushing, just relaxing, letting go, and listening to my voice. And remember, if at any point you decide not to follow along, because you certainly can, in that case, nothing I say or do will make you enter or stay in hypnosis, unless you choose to follow along again. While in hypnosis, it's also important to note that you can think. However, it's almost like those moments right before sleep when your thoughts are there, but they seem to fade and become less important. So if any thoughts come up during your session, that's totally okay. Just let them float away. And the more you relax and let go, the more you'll gain from your experience. Now, moving on to the next point, everyone experiences hypnosis differently. Some people might feel deeply relaxed or heavy in their body, while others might feel lighter as they go deeper. Either way, it's a wonderful feeling. Some people even notice changes in their body temperature, with some feeling warmer and others cooler. So if you feel like having a blanket nearby, go ahead, even if it's warm in the room. Some people have very visual experiences and see vivid images with their eyes closed. And others might experience more like sensations in their body, or they experience their experience through other senses like hearing or even smelling things or tasting things. Some might just have a strong inner knowing of what's happening, and it's all perfectly fine. So, with that in mind, when I ask you to picture, imagine, or visualize something, it's really an invitation to engage all your senses. And remember, you can always just pretend. Your subconscious mind loves working with imagination. In fact, it thrives on imagination and emotions. So if emotions come up during your session, let yourself feel them fully, because that's where real healing happens. Another important point I want to touch on is the meaning behind your experiences. It's so important to understand that everything you experience has a purpose and should be welcomed without overthinking or questioning where it's coming from. It's totally normal to wonder, is this coming from my conscious mind or is it my subconscious or did I just make it up? But here's the thing, it doesn't really matter. Whether it's your mind, your imagination, your soul, your higher self, or even a divine force, or anything else that's in your belief system. Trust that whatever comes to you is showing up for a reason. So let go of any need to judge or analyze it and just allow yourself to experience whatever unfolds, knowing that it's all part of your journey. Just to put your mind at ease, you can't get stuck in hypnosis. If I stop speaking or the recording ended for any reason, you would either come back to full awareness on your own or drift off to sleep and wake up naturally. There's absolutely no risk of being stuck in this state. And if you are wondering if you'll remember what happens during the session, yes, you will. You're not asleep or under like some people think. It's nothing like anesthesia or a blackout. You'll remember everything that's important to you and anything you don't consciously recall. your subconscious mind will still hold on to. And so to wrap things up, here are just a couple of practical tips. First and foremost, there is no right way to experience hypnosis. Whether you feel yourself deeply relaxing or simply notice subtle shifts in how you feel, it's all part of the process and it's all valid. It's also natural to feel a little nervous about letting go, especially if this is new for you. But this is a safe space, and there is nothing you need to achieve. So just give yourself permission to simply relax and be. And if you happen to feel an itch during your session, and if you need to scratch it, go ahead. Actually, you might feel so deeply relaxed you don't even want to move. But if you really need to, that's totally fine. Because when you're in hypnosis, you're not mummified or anything, and the depth of your relaxation naturally shifts throughout your experience, so moving if you need to won't disrupt your state at all. In fact, it might help you relax even deeper. And remember, even if your mind wanders at times, and it likely will, that's okay. When it happens, gently bring your attention back to your breath or the sound of my voice. Hypnosis isn't about having a perfectly clear mind. It's about creating a space where you can connect with a deeper level of awareness. One that opens the door to insights, to healing and transformation. And no matter how deep you go, your mind will absorb what's meant for you in the way that works best for you. And one more thing to keep in mind, while it might be tempting to lay down, it's best to stay seated. This helps you stay deeply relaxed, yet present and engaged, which is the ideal balance for your conscious and subconscious mind to work together. And if you're sitting, make sure your back is straight and supported, your head is comfortably balanced, and your body feels at ease. And that said, if laying down feels right for you, go ahead and do what's most comfortable. And one last thing for those of you who are about to listen to my hypnosis meditation, for your safety and well-being, please listen to it only in a place where you can relax completely and remain undisturbed. Do not listen while driving, operating machinery, or performing any activity that requires your full attention. Thank you for listening and enjoy your experience.